Corky Seigel and
What are you doing up so early,
Demel.
Corky?
How come you guys never invite me anymore?
I guess we only invite you when we
Good
can't
thing you
figure
live
out
close,
how to get
so
on
that
the air.
when we do, you'll be able to come.
Yeah. So Sue
good
Demel,
morning.
Sue is our big guest today.
Oh, I am?
Yeah. Sue,
It's not Corky? Because he's
Well,
kind of big.
I know he is. I know, but that's why I had to say that out loud. Sue, you're the new kid over on the air today, even though I do recognize you from eating here
A million
years. But what is your music? What is your life? What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm Italian, so I do talk like that.
Very good.
But you guys, thanks for having me. And I get to hang with Cork, which is any reason to do that.
We wanted to hear you sing, and we understood we needed some music for you to sing.
Well, yeah, he's here.
Because your other colleagues couldn't
They're
make it
all
on a
teaching.
Saturday morning.
Well, I'm in a band called Come Sunday, and it's a gospel jazz septet. And we're all also teachers at the Old Town School of Folk Music, and everybody teaches Saturday morning.
Understood.
So it was like, then they realized that I was the one that was going to be representing the band, and everybody got a little worried. So I got a lot of phone calls last night. What are you going to say? Because you kind of go off topic.
Oh, excellent.
But, yeah, so we all came together around the idea of sort of Duke Ellington and Mahalia recorded the Black, Brown, and Beige sessions in the 40s from that Carnegie Hall suite that he wrote. Yeah. And it was kind of this beautiful amalgam of the African American experience, sort of fused with jazz and gospel, and it tells the story. It's an American story, right? But it's a human story. And so what happened in that is in trying to sort of transform and uplift that American musical experience, we realized little by little we were transforming and uplifting ourselves, right? And that's what music does, and that's its job ultimately. That's what I was taught by this man over here, and so ultimately we're sort of trying to sort of expand the legacy of these musical forms. And Mike Alamana, who most folks know as the guitarist for Von Freeman for 20 years, is also a grand composer. And so he arranges all these sort of alien ways of looking at harmony. So there's 4 vocalists and a small trio jazz combo. And we just go. So we've got these arrangements of gospel tunes in a jazz form, and then we tell the story of the sort of the gospel story, and then its transformation into jazz and blues, and then civil rights and folk. And so each one of us has a specialty in the band. I'm just the old folky, but each one of us sort of brings this sort of love of a certain kind of music to the sound, and then we improvise from there.
So you come to this work as a folk singer, someone who teaches songwriting at Old Town School, amongst other hats you wear. What was it like dealing with this blues and jazz stuff?
Well, I mean, I
Miss
came...
Folky.
Yeah. I came up in...
They're a rough bunch, aren't they?
They're so ridiculous. They're beautiful. And I came up in the jazz school as a kid and then left it for folk because it's lucrative. I'm kidding.
You wanted to pay your rent?
Yeah.
Did you see everybody's look?
That was great. I must have missed something there.
So I was used to them, and then of course being around Cork has expanded my blues, my sort of sense of instinct and intonation and idea for improvisation is way different in the blues form than it was for me in the jazz form. And then in folk, you don't do a lot of improvisation. So my band Sons of the Never Wrong sort of made a little bit of waves 20-some years ago when we started doing that live, and people were like, whoa, that's not folk music. But little by little, they grew to sort of appreciate that we were telling our own story as well.
So, you know, not that long ago, we had Barb Silverman and...
Stevie Rosen?
No, what's the other... Stuart Rosenberg here. And, you know, I just can't help. I have to always mention, having a place like the School of Old Town Music is such a gift to us.
That would be Old Town
Old
School
Town
of
School
Folk
of
Music.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael.
School of old people.
Yeah, the old.
They got classes for kids. They got kids over there
Let's keep
playing the
going.
violin
Let's
and
keep
stuff.
playing with this
Fiddle
title.
players at age 8.
All right. What I wanted to say was, what a gift.
Yeah.
What a gift to our city's legacy of music, continuing and also bringing up the kids, you know.
Every time I walk in there, I can't believe it. And I can't believe I get to work there, for one, and I can't believe I get to walk by the rooms. Because in some rooms, there'll be my bandmate from Come Sunday, Lindsay's, teaching wiggle worms to, like, 4-year-olds, like Tom's grandbaby. Like, they get to be introduced to instruments and rhythm and running around the room, all in good nature, and singing songs. Like, when Come Sunday last year went on a 2-week tour of Colombia, South America, we thought, oh, we're going to go show them how cool our music is. They taught us way more. So we came home with songs, Lindsay came home with songs for wiggle worms from Colombia, and just blew the kids' minds, and now they're acting them out in wiggle worms. And so yeah, it's kind of an amazing place. I'll walk by and people will be doing African dancing and blues harmonica and songwriting and Hawaiian ukulele. And so yeah, it's kind of like there's nothing like it in the world.
So we've been talking music. Maybe we should hear some. What have you guys prepared or are ready to do impromptu?
I love that question. It opened up Corky to saying, we didn't prepare.
Corky's waking up.
We love preparing. It's very important to prepare, but sometimes there's not the opportunity.
Right. We prepared 5 minutes ago outside.
Excellent.
Yeah, just deciding what we were going to do.
Well, so lay it on us.
When your baby leaves you all alone, and there ain't nobody to call you on the phone, don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying, crying? Nothing but the smell of her perfume. Don't you feel like crying, 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 crying to me? Nothing could be sad than a glass of a wine alone. Loneliness, it's just a waste of your time. You know I could sit alone in your lonesome room. Don't you see? Come on, baby. Won't you cry to when your baby leaves you on, ain't nobody to call you on Michael's cellular phone. Don't you feel like crying? Corky, don't you feel like crying? cry? Won't you cry? Cry. Cry.
You've just heard Sue Demel and Corky Seigel. My God, Sue, what a rockin' sister you are.
Well, it comes from the buckwheat pancakes.
Okay, okay, we'll do that.
That was my grandma's recipe, too.
Gospel jazz. You know, this show actually is bookended by gospel music downtown, old-timey and current in reverse order. So, wow, I'm blown away by the power of...
We're ready to do that joint show with the gospel folks after us in the Conversion Studio down at Loyola. Yeah. And I know who we're going to team them up with because we'd be there all morning, I think.
That's true. There's pancakes.
But that's only if we got them off of teaching their classes at Old Town School.
We can make it work.
Corky, what a total treat. Thank you so much for being here and supporting your buddy Sue.
Absolutely.
I know that's why you're here, and of course the ineffable Lynn Orman, who pulls great music every single gall dang week.
I'm Pavel.
Yeah. Tell us what we should send people to in the way of shows and everything that's happening.
Well, I'm doing this show on November 15th. That's quite interesting. I've dug deep into my Jewish roots that I've buried a long time ago. And this is a chamber blues collaborates with other artists. We collaborate with Sue, we collaborate with Sons of the Never Wrong. And the idea isn't just the juxtaposition of cultures and different types of music, but it's also in the compositions themselves. So I've written some compositions for a cantor, a Jewish cantor from Russia, named Pavel Reutman, and I've done some Jewish songs that I've given a blues and chamber blues treatment to. So we have the classical, we have the Israeli, and the Jewish songs, and the blues, and the whole thing, and everyone else. And so it's Cantor Pavel Reutman. It's November 15th, Beth Hillel Congregation.
Where's that?
And that's on, let's see.
Sheridan?
322.
Oh, it's in Wilmette.
3220.
Right.
Yeah, it's in Wilmette. And, I have a phone number. If they want the phone number, they could just go to my website, CORKYmusic.com.
CORKYmusic.com.
Yeah, and this is with chamber blues, classical string quartet, Indian tabla, blues piano, blues harmonica, and a cantor, Pavel Reutman, and some of his choir will be joining us.
That's terrific. You know, our buddy Al Goldberg is also doing some stuff with music, reclaiming his cultural roots here in the hood and doing some really cool things as well. Yeah, we call it, this is an Orthodox Jew and an unorthodox Jew walk into a bar. Mitzvah. I'm so glad I talked to you long enough to get that line out of you. I'm really glad I gave you that.
Who's doing your marketing now, Corky?
Moishe.
And what about Sons of the Never Wrong, Sue? When you're not teaching, where are you singing?
Well, Sons has had a busy season. We just yesterday finished our Christmas album up. We do these themes every few years where we invite people that we love from the Chicago music community in to bring a song, and then we Sonsify it. So we just, Corky did White Christmas, of course. It was kind of Jewish version of White Christmas.
Jewish.
Yeah, and it was written by a Jewish guy, too.
And sung by?
And sung by who?
Well, isn't it?
No, Mel Torme did the Christmas song.
We're talking Bing Crosby, people.
The only difference.
A very white guy.
I changed the words a little bit. The end of it is, and may all your Christmases be filled with all the colors of the rainbow.
Right. Thank you.
So
I always had trouble with that line.
And Sue is on our new record that's will come out someday that we finished, but now it's just a matter of finding out who our marketing person is. But Sons of the Never Wrong are doing a version of Fly Away that I composed a chamber blues version of it. So yeah, there we go. So continue, Sue.
And then
Sorry.
Sons is playing December 20th. We're doing our Christmas show, we always do, at Space.
At Space. That would actually be a solstice
concert. And there you go.
So, if you want to throw the pagan thing in there.
I love the pagans.
We like our pagan stuff.
I'm a fan of the pagans.
There's not a lot of wars started by pagans.
They got a lot of flowy clothes.
Orgies, maybe. Wars, not so much. Anyway, Michael, are you talking today, Michael? Or?
2 orgies, not war.
You had to call him in on that, didn't you?
I know. That's good.
So, did you two want to do one more piece before we sign off here? Or you got?
Take us out, will you?
I will always listen to Corky's harmonica, but the voice,
Sue could do
you
one.
are in fine voice for an early Saturday morning.
Indeed.
I was yelling outside. I do that here in Rogers Park a lot.
It's
Just,
one of my favorite things
up.
about Rogers Park.
Mr. Rogers Park.
Honest to God, I live on the 3rd floor. People go by singing out loud all the time in Rogers Park.
Particularly after midnight.
I totally love it.
Hear me?
You're not alone.
Give me a G.
Yeah, I'm just going to give her a little chord, and she's on her way.
We're both on our way. We send you guys all love out there in the land of the heart.
How about if I do a little
It's
intro?
a sing-along. Yeah, baby. Do it. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome one day. Oh, deep in our hearts, sing it. I do believe that we shall overcome one day. Oh, to the people in the prison system in America, we say we shall live in peace, and we love you. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome one day.
We'll walk hand in hand.
We shall walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand.
thanking you all for listening. This has been a great day, sharing it with Corky and Sue Demel, Sons of the Never Wrong, our folk music heritage here in Chicago. We love our activists like Alan Mills with skills going to help those who are most discriminated against right now in our state and our society. And we love our local activists like Anthony Boatman, director of the Genesis Project at A Just Harvest, the Youth Garden, Rogers Park Co-op. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and join us next week, 9 a.m., live from the Heartland. Do all the good that you do. The world needs it.
All power to the people.
Power to the people. Don't forget that. We want to thank you all for coming. We're sorry about our technical difficulties.